Right, welcome. This is Good Morning Kenya on KBC Channel 1, of course, coming to you from County 038, Vihiga County. It's cold, beautiful, green. If you've not been to this county, then I don't know where you are or what you're doing with yourself. Come to Vihiga County, so much in plenty for you. I have a gentleman here, the CEO of this county, Governor Wilber Ottichilo. Governor, thank you so much for your time. It's a beautiful place.
You are welcome.
Yes.
And thank you for those compliments about
Of course, because by the time we're walking in, the environment itself is very far from Nairobi, but there's a very big difference.
It is true. Vihiga is a small county, but as you have clearly said, very beautiful.
Yes.
We have very nice people who are very welcoming, and generally the environment is conducive.
Yes. Because when you talk of the conducive environment, there is a function happening as we speak, making the youth to realize their talent, just to exploit themselves and make sure that they know who they are. What's the main aim for this, Governor?
The ongoing youth extravaganza is an activity that my government initiated.
Yes.
Last year. The first youth extravaganza, we had it last year in May, and it was very successful, and we thought that that we should continue. It should be a yearly event, and therefore, despite of this year being election year,
yes,
we decided that we must have the extravaganza, and specifically to use the youth, their artistic expression and acting, to use those to preach peace and harmony during this election.
Yes.
And specifically to focus on sustainable development, because as this planet requires sustainable development, and therefore that's the theme we have for this year. And I'm very excited about it, because unlike last year, the reports I have, and I have very good reports here, it's report 2 of them, they are indicating that this year's extravaganza is well improved in terms of organization, in terms of auditions that were done, and the performance and the involvement of the youth has been enhanced.
Yes.
And there's a lot of interest in the extravaganza. So I'm very happy. And also as a county, from last year's experience, we felt that we need to increase the budget.
Right.
Because last year we had a small budget of about 2 million shillings, and we had a lot of challenges. So this year we decided that we increase the budget to 3 million, and so far that 1 extra million has made great impact.
Right.
So I want to say that we are very happy, and our youth also are extremely very interested in this program.
Yes.
And I want to compliment the committee, because the committee that is organizing this extravaganza is a committee of youth, and the committee
they're taking charge.
They are taking charge, and they are very active and very enthusiastic, and that's what makes me happy.
Yes.
So this function or this extravaganza is very good, and by the way, Vihiga is a home of talents.
It's not shocking, because when you come to Western Kenya, the great talents that is being harnessed from this particular region of Kenya is we cannot be avoided.
Yeah.
Talk of the great footballers of this country.
They come from. Kadenge's place is just across here.
Exactly.
We can even take you to the grave. It's not far away from here.
So it's not shocking they're talking about talent in Vihiga.
Talent. Vihiga is a county of great talent and culture.
What does it mean to you, Governor?
It means a lot. When you have a county that has a lot of talent, and particularly music, in the whole country, Vihiga is a leader.
I was a trainer at Vihiga Boys
in music. You were at Vihiga High School.
I was at their trainer, I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Music is our key talent.
Right.
So I am a very proud and happy governor to be a governor of my county, where talent of our youth is exemplary.
Yes.
And therefore, we want, one of my key goal is to build and promote these talents, so that we in Vihiga, these talents have been there for many years, but they have not been enhanced. The people who had those talents have never benefited. Daud Kabaka, his home is just across here. It's not at Semahoho here. Peter Jensen, his home is here. All these musicians you had, who is who, they come from this county.
So you're basically just promoting something you were very well conversant about.
Yes, even when I was a kid, I saw all this. We used to go to dance, when there are funerals. We would go to dance, and there would be all this dancing. In fact, we used somebody to die so that we can go and dance.
Okay.
So it's a very good. And then, by the way, my biggest resource in this county is the youth. Is the human resource and the youth. 60%, 60 to 70% of people residing in Vihiga are youth. Those that are between, let's say, 18 and 35. They are youth.
When you talk about the youth, and because that's basically the overall outlook in the whole country. 60 to 70% of the general voters are youth. But then you're harnessing that particular talent in this particular county, Governor. And you see, when you talk even the president is quite passionate about the youth. The CBC is in place right now.
CBC is all about youth, and I'm happy. When I was in Parliament, I was one of the members in the Committee of Education who worked and approved CBC as a new curriculum.
Tell me about that, because I was coming to that.
Okay, I can tell you a CBC curriculum is a curriculum that focuses on enhancing individuals' talents, individuals' likings, rather than the normal academic curriculum, which puts people in a straitjacket. You're put in a straitjacket that you must learn. If it's history, you must learn the history.
Exactly.
If it is physics, you must learn physics. Whether your head accepts physical theories or not, you are forced. But with the CBC curriculum, it gives a child from kindergarten, from nursery, the opportunity for them to explore nature, explore their talent, and from their actions, from their likings, you can see that this baby or this child has an interest. Those who are good at singing, they will start singing, even at the kindergarten. Those who love acting will do that. Those who love academic, there are also those who just love
concentrate on that.
Academic. You will see that even if you tell them go and sing, they are not singing. But when you tell them now, can you write this? Those who are artists, who want, let's say, they can draw. You will see them anytime they see something, they are drawing. So CBC is a very good curriculum program. When we were in the Parliament, I was in the Committee of Education. We even went to Israel to see benchmark. And I can tell you, we went, me, I'm a scientist, we went to a science park where they demonstrate all these complex theories, Archimedes principles, Newton principles. They show them in the simplest way, the application, how they are applied, and you get amazed that those who are interested in science, they can see the application. You see people they hate mathematics because they don't understand the theory about mathematics. People think mathematics is just about additions, adding, making things complicated. But each of that mathematical expressions or mathematical designs are solving a problem. So if you are told, for example, you are in school, you are taught about photosynthesis. But you are never told why photosynthesis is important. People are just told, okay, you see, you have to have photosynthesis, the one that makes things grow, and so on. But they do not relate that without photosynthesis, there is no food.
Governor, you're taking back the class.
Without photosynthesis, the life or the oxygen you are talking will not be available for you. So it is the way of teaching that has made teaching very complex.
Yes.
But when you go to a developed country like Israel, teaching is something that people love. Children want to go to school because they understand. You know, we were taught in school about a pulley system.
Yes.
You know, the pulley system. But you are not told why is this pulley system important. But I can tell you, everything that moves it works on a pulley system.
Yes. So you agree?
Even the Africans, we had a pulley system. If you want to pull something, you tie on and you put a rope and you take up. You want to bring water from down, you put that. They put a wood, a bar across the hole. They put a hole. So even Africans, we knew all this science. There is no science an African didn't know. All the science that we know today, the theories, our ancestors knew that science very well. But they didn't know how to write it. But the application they knew.
And that's why CBC...
Even conservation.
Yes.
Our ancestors knew very well. They had shrines, forests, which nobody would touch them. Like me, I come from a rain-making community. There were shrines in my community where nobody would walk there. It's only men, elders, who could go there. So they knew about conservation. You could not cut a tree without authority from the elders. But you see, later on, all those things were destroyed. They were said they are an African, Africans are primitive, and therefore they all got. But we are going back. Let me tell you for sure. You know, when you talk about science, I can talk the whole day. You know, today people are talking about organic agriculture. That's what our ancestors did. We didn't use fertilizers, these inorganic fertilizers, which are destroying the soils. Our people used fertilizers from cow dung. You know, when I was in school, we were taught about mulching.
Yes.
How you get all this waste from house, from where you put it in a pit, and then you cover, and within 2 or 3 months, it's converted. You put earthworms in it. And within 3 months, it is fertilizer, and it's the one you use for growing. Are we not going back to the same? So we're just going back where we came from.
So you're so much interested in CBC.
CBC to me is very good.
How do you connect the two and the talent you're trying to harness?
You know, they are directly and proportionally connected. In fact, they are directly connected. Because CBC is about developing talents, getting talents from various be it students or children and so on. So there is a direct relationship of CBC and what we are doing in youth extravaganza or developing youth performing arts. So there is a direct relationship. And that's why for me, I can tell you, once CBC is through the first circle, you will see the impact. The impact is going to be great. And it's when this country will start producing people who can be able to develop various sectors of the economy.
Right.
Because they will be there, not that they are being paid, but they will be there because they have passion. You know, when you have passion on anything, you don't need to be paid.
You will do it.
You will do it. You know?
Yes.
When I was doing my research, once I'm on my research, I spent many hours in my room trying to read, to make sure the theory I put, the scientific theory I put, am I going to prove it right or not? So I believe CBC is the best goal. And you know very well, when you are studying or something that is unique, is different, we have challenges. So when people say that, oh, we were not prepared, when do you get prepared? If you want to start something, you must start it. You must start walking the talk. And as you meet challenges, you solve them. So I get surprised when I hear educationists say, no, we were not prepared. There's no way you can say, I'm now 100% prepared. Now I can start. You start. Then as you meet the challenges, you solve them. And that's what he is doing, and that's why I like Magoha. You know, he's a bulldozer, moving things. Because if you want to bring change in this country, You must have bulldozers. People say this must happen. You must have the Matiangis. When Matiang came in, people were stealing examination. He just said it can't happen. When he was there, he was in the ICT.
Right.
You people had stuck on analog. Matiang said we must go to digital. People made the noise. He switched off the TVs and your radios, the radio transmitters. You had to move. So that's how life is. But when you have people who are saying, oh no, let's wait, let's talk, let's prepare. These are people who are not action oriented.
Governor, he seems so passionate about order and action. Is that how you do it in your county?
Ask my people here. Me, I don't believe in a talk. I believe in action. Let's do things. And let me tell you, the best teacher is doing what experimenting. Anybody who fears experiment cannot move. And me, I believe in failure. When you try something and failed, then you know the answer.
It's okay. It's okay to fail.
Yes, failure is part of the success. When you fail, you tried something and you failed. It means you did something. So whatever you get, we call it failure. But probably we call it failure because it didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve.
Yes.
But by that failure, you have learned why you failed. And therefore you have now an answer why you should do the right thing to succeed.
And that is the same thing, Governor, when you talk about failure, there are certain things that you did not achieve as a county government. And yet we are going to the next election.
In fact,
so do you say that you failed? Do you accept?
Where there are many places where we have failed.
Right.
And there are many places where we have excelled. And that's what life is. There's no way you can say in life everything will work. It can never. So for me, there are many, if you ask me as a governor, I'll tell you there are many things we have failed.
What are the achievements? Let me start with the achievements. Perhaps 3 or 4, that's quite close to your heart.
Yeah, those close to my heart, first is health.
Health.
I think if you look on my manifesto, I said health was an area, because I believe if people are healthy, then they can go out to do their own business. They can go out and create their wealth.
Yes.
So for me, healthcare is priority number one.
Right.
When I came on ground, when I came, we had hospitals. They didn't have drugs. They didn't have nurses. They didn't have clinical officers. They didn't have equipment. I can tell you, for the last 1.5 years, I've equipped my 74 health facilities in this country. I've equipped them. I have employed staff. And they are working. I've made sure that the drugs are available. Go to any health facility in this country.
Yes.
There are drugs.
How did you handle Corona?
I can tell you we did extremely well. And in the Western Kenya region, we had the lowest incidences of Corona.
Yes.
And we had even a whole Corona hospital here of about 100 beds. We only had about 5 or 6 clients. The rest, the beds are still there. Even if you want to go there, the beds are still spread, well nicely, but they didn't have clients. Why? We took a strategy which other counties didn't do. We have what we call CHVs, in community health volunteers.
Right.
When I came in, I only found 400 health CHVs. I decided that for us to deal with health, most of the diseases are diseases that are caused
down at the community level.
At a community level.
Yes.
So if you have the community people at the level there, at the community level, telling people the right thing. By the way, most of the diseases are just common hygiene.
Right.
Yes. So me, I believe in public health. Common hygiene. If people have clean water, they have clean environment, they clean their utensils.
Yes.
They wash their hands before they eat. They wash their hands after they come from the toilet. All these diseases will not be there.
Okay.
So I spent more time.
Yes.
I've employed now 1,406 CHVs. And during Corona, we trained them and we took them out there to tell people they must keep hygiene. They must keep the protocols of COVID-19, washing of hands. In fact, they had already been doing that.
Yes.
So when it came in that you must wash your hands, you must do this, it was just something that
you did well, Governor.
Yes.
The second achievement.
The second achievement I will tell you is in education. You know, I love education.
Right.
I have passion in education. We decided that we need to have, first of all, we are allowed by constitution to deal with the TVET.
Yes.
Vocational training centers.
Do you have any?
When I came in, there were only 5 operational vocational training centers.
And currently?
Currently, there are 32.
Good one.
From 5 to 32. Even the 5 I got, they didn't have equipment.
But Governor, it could be 32, but they're not well equipped. That's the problem.
Let me tell you. So
you walk in some of these
let me tell you. So you are here.
Yes.
As you go to the place of the extravaganza, can you pass Kevehe? It
Yes.
is at Majengo there. Just go there. I'm inviting you. Go there. You will even be given. There is even a beauty parlor. They will wash. If you want your nails to be cut, you are to look nice. The way
We will
pass there. There are girls there. Where we have beauty therapy and all these things, electrical,
Yes.
mechanical. They are all there. I can tell you, we have the 32
Yes.
are well equipped. We have now put instructors. There were no instructors.
Yeah.
And where that instructors were, they were not being paid. We have done that.
When you talk of TVET,
Yeah.
Governor, because when you hear the national government, the president is quite again interested in terms of having the TVET because there are no white-collar jobs right now.
Yes, there are no what to call
And
it.
when you have got TVET in the community level, in the county level, then most of these people who are not able to go to the university will go to the TVET.
Yes.
How are you going to make sure that in the next coming government, if you are elected again into office, then you're going to move from 32 to another different number, probably 64?
No, I don't need now. In fact, what we have done, basically, we have almost put a TVET, a vocational training center, almost in every ward.
So you're good to go.
We have 25 wards. Me, what I want to do now is to equip those vocational training centers and even add more equipment, add more courses, add more instructors. I don't want to also just have numbers. I want quality. And I can tell you, as a county, we are putting 15,000 shillings for every student who goes to our vocational training centers. They don't pay fees. There was the old colonial character or the old fashion character that even in Tibet, people must go with the uniform.
Yeah.
When I came in, I abolished uniform. I said, people who go to vocational training centers are adults.
Yeah.
So why should you give them uniform? So we abolished the uniform. There's no uniform. Only go there just with a clean attire. Just be like the way we were and study.
Your third achievement, Governor.
Yeah. I still want to tell you education.
Yes.
Education is very passionate. And you can, today I'm inaugurating my students who are going, I have governor scholarship. You realize scholarships are only given by banks, Equity, Cooperative, I know all these people with Safaricom. Then I said, but why? We are a government. We can also give a scholarship.
At what tune? 2 million, 3 million total amount you're giving?
We have a scholarship where we allocate about 100,000 per student per year. Right now, I have 347 students who are under a government scholarship. And we only choose those who come from poor families, poor, challenged, and those who are passed to go to national schools.
Yes.
So you can see that I'm targeting the top grade. I'm targeting those that will be academicians like me. Because those ones that are definitely going to be academicians.
Right.
These are thinkers. Those are knowledge creators. So we already have that. Today,
Yes.
if you have the time, I also invite you. I'm going to give them their fees, their pocket money. We do shopping for them. They come today.
Okay.
So they are there. So that education we have done extremely well. The other area we have done well is in agriculture.
Right.
For the last 4 years I've been here, we have not had any famine or any food shortage here.
I've never heard of that.
No. So I have now, we have small parcels of land.
Yes.
I've seen it there.
Yes.
So I've said now we have to move away from subsistence agriculture, where you are just growing to food to eat. We have now moved to kilimo biashara, or agri-business.
Yes.
And that is where we are working. And I can tell you, for the last 4.5 years, I have now about 800 groups that we have financed to develop various agricultural value addition programs. We have an agricultural production value addition program for chicken. Here, if you have not eaten chicken, you are not a visitor.
We've not.
Yeah. So you need to eat a chicken.
So I'm not a visitor yet.
Yeah, you're not yet. Even if somebody slaughters a big bull without a cuckoo, my friend, you are just seen as an ordinary visitor. So we have a value chain for chicken. We have given groups, incubators. People now no longer go to Kenchik to look for chicks.
Yes.
People are incubating now. And then from there, we have given them all the extension. We have value addition on traditional vegetables.
Yes.
Vihiga is where people eat all types of vegetables. Even the leaves you see and you think they are just leaves for cows and goats. We eat them.
Yeah.
So
I like the way you're putting it. It sounds so real.
So here we are promoting the value chain of, they call it African leafy vegetables. So we have a value chain there, and we are doing very well, extremely well. In fact, I'm about to build a cold storage room, so that when we have so much of that vegetables, when they can't get sale, because the market gets glutted, because when they produce everything, everybody takes to the market. So we want now to do value addition. We put them in cold storage. We want them to dry them using solar panels and package them.
Governor, you've spoken so well about your achievements, and you said
we have also banana, and then banana value chain. Then we have also dairy value chain. You can also pass Vihiga dairy cooperative society as you go to the extravaganza. Pass there, you will see what is going on.
Governor, you talked so well about your achievements, but you said that failure is part of the success.
Yes.
What are your failures? Because if you admit that you failed, it means that you're growing.
I can tell you where we have failed, not to a large extent, but in terms of things like public participation. I believe,
which is quite fundamental in the
yes, and that's why I'm telling you, me being an academician, I can tell you, the type of public participation that we say we are doing is not public participation.
Why? Where are the gaps?
And it's not only in Vihiga here. It's all other where people say they are public participation.
No, but let's just narrow down.
So Vihiga here, I can tell you on public participation we have failed, and that's why I have set up now a new directorate to deal with public participation, whereby people must be taught or taken through the process of public participation. And when there is a program to be taken through public participation, what is expected? The current practice is that when there is a public participation, they just call people. The people who are known. There are people here in this county who are professional public participators. They will go to every public participation, and when they go there, they are only just given, this is the document. Okay, we are doing finance bill. We are going to increase the price of this, we shall reduce this and this, and they are taken through like a classroom. And then from there they are told, can you say this is okay? I don't think that's right.
Number two, failure.
So public participation, we have not done well, particularly on projects. And what have we done? I must give you the answer. What we have done, because if I say we have failed, you go and report that, Ottichilo said he has failed. What we have now done is we have now constituted the ward planning and development committees in each ward. And I'm going today, That's why that guy is in a hurry. He wants me to go to open a training course.
Okay.
Where we have formed committees in every ward. Those committees, we have selected people who are knowledgeable. Because there's no point to bring also people who are not knowledgeable into a very technical thing.
Okay.
So we are now training them. These committees will be there now. When there's public participation, they are the key people who will mobilize. The people there, they will be given the materials, they will be taken through the awareness.
Yes.
They will also take awareness to the people. When our team comes there, they are prepared. They are prepared to now answer the questions.
Governor, this is 2022,
Yes.
and election is just around the corner.
Yes.
Where do you stand as a governor?
I want to win. I must retain this office. That's where I stand. My first priority, number one, is to retain my seat because I believe I have so much to offer to the people of Vihiga. My program is not ended. My program, my manifesto was 10 years. So they are unfinished activities.
And this area is perceived to be an ANC zone. How are you going to crack
This
that
is
down?
not an ANC zone.
That's the perception out there.
That is the perception. But I can tell you, ANC may have 40%, but this, to me, Vihiga, is an ODM zone.
But we never see you in any rally, Governor. I've never seen anybody go
let
rally.
me tell you, my brother. In fact, you are my son.
Yes.
I can tell you, the movers and shakers of this country don't talk much.
No, but you have to be seen.
No, I'm telling you, even the politicians who make things happen in this country are very humble, quiet guys who make things happen. So I'm one of them. Things happen, I can tell you, I'm the father, I'm the patron
Yes.
of ODM in Vihiga. And I've held Vihiga single-handed here.
Single-handedly, but you had some issues at the county assembly sometimes back, Governor.
You know, being at the assembly issues is normal. By the way, if you don't have issues, then you are not working. Issues, you must have issues.
How did you contain them?
By sitting down the way we have sat down here and discussing. We tell them, yes, your concern is this, but also my concern is this. So we discuss and agree. Yeah. So we you know, you have in life problems are the ones that make us move.
Yes.
If I wake up in the morning and have no problem, then I'll be a very frustrated person the whole day.
Governor, let me ask you this question. The Auditor General raised a very pertinent issue. Tunes of hundreds of millions. What are you doing about that?
You saw the period. The period was 2013 to 2014, when all those bills were incurred, they were not paid. So that's some of the challenges I've told you.
Yes.
That during that first that first leadership,
Yes.
they never put governance system in place. So those are the outcome of lack of good governance. So me, I'm suffering. For the last 4 years, I've been suffering from the sins that were committed by.
That's what you signed up for. You're not suffering. That's what you signed up for.
Yes.
Because you took the government.
Yes, and I came in because I saw
Yes.
those problems, and I came in to come and sort them out.
Where are you right now? What's the pending bills?
The pending bills up to now, it was 2.7 billion. We have now paid. We are now at 639 million remaining.
That's good.
So I'm doing very well. So what the Auditor General said is true. And I agree with her 100%. That the system that was there before were just, incurring expenditure, even when the expenditure wasn't not in the budget. And that's why I have suffered. I would have done very well. Because you can imagine paying over 2 billion on pending bills. Suppose that money was to me for the 4.5 years. I would have transformed it.
What is the annual turnover in terms of revenue collection in the county?
When I came in, I found, you can't believe it, the revenue collection was 93 million. Annually. I have moved it to 196 million. But this is because of Corona. If Corona had not hit and we had to close the markets, we had to close everything, our projection was that by now we should be collecting about 300 million.
Governor, because you're running out of time, allow me to ask you this question. Some of your staff members were arrested some time back because of issues at the county assembly. How did you handle that?
You see, once the people are arrested, it means that it's a criminal, it's a legal issue.
Yes.
And therefore it's only the court.
It tainted the image of your county.
Yes, that's why I've told you the issue of governance. If you do not have a proper governance system in place, my friend, even if you have how many billions of shillings, you cannot move.
You cannot.
So governance is the most important thing. Any system that has no clearly defined governance system cannot work. And that's what I inherited. And that's why I'm telling, as we are talking now, within the governance docket, I would say we are about probably 65%.
Good.
We still have 35% to cover. And that's what I want, to remain a governor in this seat, so that the 35%, I put the governance system in place. Come 2027, when I'm leaving this seat, the governance system will be in place, and it doesn't matter who comes.
It doesn't matter who comes.
It doesn't matter who comes to be the governor. The system will be in place, and you'll only be forced by the system. Okay. You must do this.
I only have 2 minutes. Question number one. What's one of the legacy that you want to leave behind after 2027?
The legacy I want to leave behind after 2027, first of all, is the governance issue.
Good.
I want to see Vihiga having a governance structure that is transparent and accountable.
Good one.
If I do that, I think I would have got more than 70.
Yes.
The second legacy I want to leave is to change the mindset of our youth from expecting to be employed to transforming into employers by creating their own jobs.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah, self-sufficient. Because everybody here, in fact, the highest amount of money that comes to Vihiga every month, every day, yes, through M-Pesa is by people who are in the diaspora. So I want to change it because people believe only you can be employed. So that's what I want to change, the mindset. And that's why I'm starting these things of youth extravaganza,
right,
to develop talent. You may be aware, Vihiga is the only county in this country that has a sports fund. Even national government doesn't have a sports fund. You know it.
You can take all the bragging rights.
Yes.
Brag about your government.
Yes. So we are the only one.
Right.
And you can see our Vihiga Queens. They are the champions of Sekafa.
Yes.
Show me how a small county like this can be a champion of Sekafa. Right now we have 2 teams in the Premium League. We have Bunyore's Talents. We have Vihiga's Bullets. So I have 3 teams in the Premium League.
I'm so passionate about the youth, but let me ask you this last question. What, away from the limelight, away from the politics, I know you're a family man, but what's your passion? Do you play guitar? Do you sing? Do you play?
My passion?
Draft, ajua?
My passion is when I just want to relax.
Yes.
I like rumba music. I'm a rumba guy.
Give me a line as we watch me right now. Yeah. Your favorite?
I have so many favorites. Like the best of all is by Negro Saxe, Mabe and Bila.
Governor, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we really so much appreciate. But so far, what you're doing, we really need to appreciate. And if possible, you can take it to the next government if you're re-elected to the next office. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I want to give you only 2 seconds and talk to your constituents in this camera.
Thank you, the people of Vihiga. I'm proud of you. I'm happy you have given me a chance to be your governor. And I want to assure you, I'll do everything possible to ensure that Vihiga is a better place than where I found it. And therefore, I need your support. As we go into the election, I am pleading, requesting you to give me a second chance to complete what I've started. But at the same time, I'm requesting you to elect leaders who are focused, who are selfless, and who are willing to transform the lives of the people of Vihiga, and not those who are selfish. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is Governor Wilber Ottichilo, County 038, Vihiga County. We are taking a break. We'll be right back.